Ya bosku, sambil nunggu ini teman untuk push rank, kita mau nonton apa ya, perebutan tempat 3 sama nanti untuk final ya di turnamen Game of Future di Arab ya bosku. Oh ya bosku, jangan lupa seperti biasa subscribe channel ini supaya terus berkembang, dan juga di like ya bosku. Oke, sambil apa ini, sambil nunggu teman untuk push rank, kita lihat turnamennya dulu ya bosku. Oh ya, ini tadi kan untuk game 1 udah kelar, ini lanjut ke game 2 ya. Sementara si Aurora Filipin unggul 1-0 ya teman-teman. Ayo teman-teman, kita lihat.
Alright, welcome back everyone. We are heading straight into drafting for game 2. Aurora team is still in.
Sambil coba kita lihat draftingnya aja ya.
No, Granger, I doubt he would go into the man section, but Kalea might actually. But they have lots of choices. Like Aurora Gaming PH has lots of choices. So whoever, a lot of cards. So whoever they ban, they have other options definitely. But yeah, Kalea definitely. They knew she was dangerous, you know. Yeah. So for the second ban, of course, for Aurora Gaming PH, are we gonna see Zushin ban, or are they gonna go for someone else?
Kita lihat. Kita taruh tengah ya, biar kelihatan ratingnya.
They need to respond because they have. Wow, as expected. Nice prediction. Eve and Zushin for Aurora Gaming.
Now we have, of course, Basha, and we have Lancelot also. So, are these gonna do the last two bans, or are they gonna go for something else? I believe Basha might get banned, might not want to take risks. Lancelot, on the other hand, might be. Now they're leaving Basha open. They just banned Hilda. They're leaving Basha open. So they're mostly focusing on light. Basically, like Team DFYG, all the 3 bans are targeted bans towards light. So they know how light can be dangerous in the game. So yeah.
For Aurora Gaming, sometimes for light, he will know how to control, how to initiate the fight. As we can see, we have
Sambil.
little bit targeted all the time.
Ayo teman-teman, akankah Onyx Skylar juara internasional bersama Onyx ya. Kita lihat.
I think Aurora knows what they're doing. I think Aurora already planned. Yeah, they picked fast.
It's auto pick. Instant pick for Nunggu and Floyd.
I think they have a plan, and they expected Basha to get picked. So they know.
They try to force Basha pick.
Probably. Are we gonna see a Lancelot pick on the other hand? Do you think Aurora are going for a Lancelot pick, or would they go for someone else like Akai Jungle, for example?
Partner and Basha. Usual, there is. And we have also YSS.
Yeah, Yisun Shin is actually open. Okay. But Yisun Shin, I believe it might be a stretch for
Yisun
Aurora to go for
Shin.
Might happen. I doubt it would, actually. They might go for kind of a tanky pick like a Fredrin.
Akankah
Most likely that would happen.
Akankah
I'm not sure.
Akankah
For YSS, it's a little bit confused because if Aurora game will go for Guinevere, we'll forget about YSS because Guinevere is better with the team fights with Lloyd and Linux. Wow, DFYG until now. Little bit they have the upper hand with Basha and Lapu Lapu and Parsa. But Lloyd, Guinevere and Linux, for the other hand, I need to know what Edward and Light will go, because to be the full combination of that, we are waiting and he's hammering that most of it's the targeting man. they are a little bit scared from Moscow.
You
Yeah,
need to remove the threat.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
not gonna waste this.
Try to avoid as
So,
much as mistakes
oh ya,
because now mistakes are
untuk
costly.
mana ini
And we sometimes
tim
Aurora
Cina ini
they don't
ya,
want to go
itu
for the jump
untuk
game. We need to finish it clean sweep for them and
XP-nya sama
for
junglernya
D4G,
itu
they have
orang
one card
Indonesia
left
teman-teman.
for low
Tuh
last pick.
dulu namanya siapa ya? Veldora ya untuk XP sama Super Ken
Now, of course,
untuk junglernya teman-teman.
actually, Harith might be a choice as well.
Esmeralda, Yuzo.
Yeah,
Eh,
but what will DFYG ban? Will they still? Oh,
Akankah.
They're still targeting light as expected. They're still targeting light for the
4
roamer
bans
ban.
for life.
Yeah, 4 bans for light, and they might even go for a 5th one because right now they're making it harder for light actually to go. But I believe light has other options. Like there are other options. They might go for unorthodox options like Tigreal or Blue. There are still other options. We didn't see Matilda at all. I know Matilda is not meta right now. Might be an option.
not
But
direct,
yeah,
no.
who else is remaining?
No.
They
Very hard. They're trying to make light handless, but he have another option. He will go for, let's say,
Iya teman-teman,
Matilda.
tadi itu kan habis pulang kerja, beres-beres, bersih-bersih. Sekarang sambil makan ya teman-teman. Mari makan teman-teman.
Harith is a gold laner, but light needs a roamer.
True.
They ban char. They fully focused
Bener,
on
Cu.
light. Actually, they're fully
Lumayan sih
focused
itu.
on right now.
Cu.
Edward picked Arlott. That might be a
Arlott,
double-edged
nice.
sword. What the FYG has done. It's a double-edged sword for
Arlott
them.
Edward ya ini,
But yeah,
ngeri
people
sih.
are cheering. Actually, they
For
are actually.
outlet pick.
Yeah. Arlott is such a great pick. We're expecting.
YG
Oh,
Ruby.
okay. Are we seeing? Okay, we might actually go for Ruby or let's see who are they going for.
We have Tigreal still open,
Yeah, of course.
for life.
Yeah.
Lancelot, Ruby, covering. The last pick for DFYG, YSS or Lancelot? YSS.
YSS is a gold lane. Actually, are we seeing a gold lane YSS? That is very interesting. That is very interesting.
It's a good, as we see, and as I know, DFYG have different play style than other teams. They want to discover new play styles, and they know, let's test the water for the last game. Oh, Khaled.
Khalid might be a pick actually. Khalid might be a pick. Blue might
Sorry,
be a pick
teman-teman.
as well. Or
Sambil makan,
Tigreal
teman-teman.
or Matilda. There are still lots of options in the roamer side. So we are still waiting for Light to go for
The
his
last pick.
final pick. Is it going to be a surprise pick or is it going to be a pick that most of the people might have predicted? We're still waiting for Light.
Oh,
So
Khalid.
Khalid is the last
Great
pick
pick.
for
Ah,
Light.
Ruby.
That is such a wonderful pick. Unexpected. Actually, Basha is going as a roamer, and Isun Shin is actually jungling for Team DFYG. This is not going to be an easy game for both teams. We wish them all the best, and this game is going to be pretty exciting, actually.
I'm really excited about Khaled pick and because they are cheering about Arlen, and I want to see what he will do during the game against DFYG.
Yes, so draft 2 is done now. Game 2 is ready to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, will
Let's
DFYG
go, boys.
respond and push us to
Game
game
2.
3? Or will Aurora Gaming Philippines finish this series clean? This is the battle for third place at Games of the Future Abu Dhabi 2025. Let's send it to the caster and get into Game 2.
Thank you, panel. We are ready to jump in to Game 2 as well here. It's me, Nice, joined here with Wolf to bring you this Game 2. Again, the battle for thirds here for DFYG and Aurora Gaming Philippines. We heard the cheers. We heard the cheers when the draft was going through. Wolf, what do you think of this? I mean, they were so dominant Game 1 for Aurora Gaming. This draft, a little bit different, you know, but I think it's still going to serve a purpose, just like we saw in the last one. And this is, yes, a Guinevere in the jungle lands of
Oh.
Humankind.
Sorry, kita pindah dulu.
Not gonna lie, I don't think this is a good composition for DFYG in general. It's so difficult to kind of activate in a way. Maxia Rome has not been the strongest roam I kind of want to see Zed on. You're gonna catch all of those heroes that actually force something to happen. And of course, Long's performance on this Ruby in game number 1 is a testament to how not masterful they are with this Ruby kind of composition, because there were so many jumps from Aurora Gaming where Long wasn't able to even land this stun, not even a second through.
Yeah.
So this guy quite scary for DFY, especially in elimination. They have been in this spot before, so we'll see. Aurora Gaming, pretty standard draft we're seeing from them. So Edward with the Arlet, you with the aggressive playstyle on this Lunox. That's complemented by a Khalid. So a lot of aggression coming out from Aurora Gaming also.
Yeah, this is one of those things. Okay, Light does use the flicker to the quicksand guard back up to health, but that's one of the main things. Is as long as I feel like for DFYD's lineup, as long as Light doesn't start getting a crazy start on this roam Khalid, to the point where he's actually just able to go ahead and poke down a lot of the members of DFYG early on, then that is already step one. The other part is, like you said, I think this game has to be for Long to make it a much better game than the previous one. It's Demoncard actually might be in trouble here.
Yep, so Guinevere being chased down. If anything, there's a lot of gap closing coming up from DFYG. There's a lot of reach. Let's see, of course, the Bell, you have the flicker, the Lapu-Lapu, that gets getting to the fight so easily. Get out of the fight. But UA was prepared for that one. He knew
Ngeri nih,
where the
ngeri
Lapu-Lapu
ngeri.
would jump. Now, D1 wants to pop the ultimate in front of 3 members of Aurora Gaming. Rora smartly. It's going to be waiting for their Guinevere to be there.
They're gonna delay it.
Stopping the recalls. Yep. They're just buying enough time because now they are going for the turtle. Seems like there's not going to be any fight at all as DFYG will not contest
Calon
this. But quietly out there, nice though.
calon
That's the Eason Chins.
lawan Onyx ini di Grand
Yeah,
Final.
he can steal the buff, but they have the information here. He should be able to get away. Supercan mobile enough, has Lung there just in case. But that's the interesting thing. The UA still very aggressive on the Lunox to get an early kill for himself, and that's kind of what we saw last game too. But he got the first blood. Well, this time around he gets the second kill of the game, and that will help them have that power spike early on, at least in the mid lane. If you're looking at the mid lane there for UA, and Zed's gonna crash into Light here, but just again trying to keep him out of their jungle, and that was after that steal towards that purple buff. But Domenkite actually is did he take it earlier from the
Wah
attack?
susah ini.
Yeah,
Siapa nanti yang anu
He
pulau
was
gitu
actually able to take it,
di
okay.
mana? Di late game.
The reason why I can say that is because of this lead that he has, like level 6.5 compared to just 5.5 for Long. Granted, of course, there are 2 cards still remaining for Long to get, like the bottom lane, but I feel like there is already a lead that is being built by Dominica. You always have to factor in the double lane that Aurora Gaming was able to set up.
Taruh pertama nih.
The DFYG has to kind of catch up when it comes to the goal. It's not that much, but Aurora Gaming just because of their able to set up for their course and Bell being taken out up top. And Guinevere and Arlen. A lot of crowd control between just the 2 heroes of Aurora Gaming. Yep, DFYG just lost their explorator and it's 21 seconds before the second turtle of the game. I'm pretty sure that Bell will be in position to contest this. We'll see how DFYG will try to go for that one as they're trying to nice.
Sabar.
That flicker from E1. What a feint coming out from Light. With the ultimate, they even forced the ultimate onto Zed. Mountain Shocker as well. Aurora Gaming, because of that tactic coming up from Light, he kind of looked like he
Bagus sih
was
mikronya
initiating
PH itu.
flicker, but
The fake out.
Mikronya tim
That's right.
Filipina itu.
Yeah, that's that battle spell being gone, and plus the revitalize used up is a little bit of an advantage to work with into this next turtle. Domenkite as well, he's
Atas bawahnya
been laning like crazy. Supercan's
dapat,
just gonna
tapi
take
support kan dapat
this time around. He's
covernya.
gonna take that again. Meanwhile, you still have Demonkite just kind of buffless right now. They jump in on Edward.
Yep. Oh, Edward, this is the mark with the flicker. They're still out for now. The FIG has regained control. Superkin is level 8. They can definitely take this one out just like that. Another outmaneuver, but this time it's from the FIG side.
And that was purely off Aurora Gaming just not landing the things they wanted to. Light is actually going to be in trouble here. Yeah, he's gone. Oh, he's not gone.
Flicker.
He uses the flicker.
Okay. Smartly does not attack anyone so that he keeps the passive. Gets the Raging Sandstorm and then the flicker out. Waited for a stun to happen. That's when he reacted. So he is safe for now. But will that be good for Aurora Gaming not having the Raging Sandstorm as well as the flicker? Find out, as it seems like Zed is looking for a target. Not gonna find any Dominant kind. I think he's more interested in getting the farm than he is getting any kind of retaliation now.
Yeah, look at this positioning
However,
though.
Yeah, Demon kind getting dodged by Super Ken. There's so many sweaty movements coming in from DFY just was Aurora Gaming. Kind of feels like there's a fight that's about to happen, but it doesn't. Oh no!
Oh,
Finally
no.
with a Gloom
Nice.
stun! That just knew! Finals is just not gonna be enough, not even close! Edwards surviving for now, but a double for E1 and that's slow.
Kita lihat
Picking
kita
up the slack from the
momennya.
previous game.
Here we go, Long. He goes again and he makes it happen. Raging Sandstorm won't connect on Vel. But Dominkite's now here.
Mati dong.
Up, they wanna kill Zed. It's taking so much
Mati
back
dong.
to back. Bell is here.
Wah ini
They're
Demon
gonna be there for any
Kidingnya
exchange. They don't have the
kaya
first
ini.
ultimate anyway, so they will not risk that at all. But
bahaya ini.
for getting so much out of the map just because of that death on that Baksha, I think that they're fine. DFIG are so happy about that trade. And now
Yeah.
they will scout out the members of Aurora. It seems like Super Ken will just split push up top, expanding Rivers allows Light to kind of move into position now to scout where
Tapi
DFIG
Super Ken-nya kaya sih.
players are, but Aurora Gaming are still just prepping up for the next turn.
Yeah, I like the way that Super Ken's moving around the map. You know, he doesn't necessarily even need to be there for these fights, but mid it might be a forced one.
Yep. Wanna go for this back shot. Light
Mati
is
dong.
gonna be the exchange prisoner in here. Zed taken out. Light maneuver into the back.
Solo
right
kill.
zone. He had a kill off there.
Hmm.
There's a Raging Sandstorm. Point blank. He wants to be taken out. Super Ken can't get out because of
Ngeri dong
Traceless.
makronya itu. Makronya tim Filipina ngeri kan.
Secured 3 kills for themselves.
Pretty decisive when they know that they are able to land their ultimates or the crucial skills here, Wolf, because it's been a couple times now they've missed it. They're going to go ahead and clear out that mid lane, so DFYG holds on to the tier 1 mid turret, but Doming Kite does the work down bot to get their first turret down. And so this is an adjustment, I would say, for Aurora Gaming Philippines. They got to be able to land those ultimates and those skills that they've been looking to land here.
Mati.
Oh, there's the cavalry of Aurora Gaming up top. They have taken out Super Ken. Couldn't even react to that. Rest of the
Cuma kuliahnya loh dikasih anu siapa itu?
It's another that's a
Cloud.
kill as well. Well down, and now
mati.
Light want to go for E1. With Edward in there, they will have enough damage to take out. At Farsa again. Out of nowhere, out of thin air, Aurora Gaming found 3 kills. Zed might have overstayed here, does have to revitalize. But against the Lunox with that HP-based damage, that will allow them to get a kill, a mega kill for Light 4-0-2.
Dah ini gak kuat ini.
Ruby
Gak
gets
kuat.
that turret down the
Beneran
bottom,
gak
but
kuat ini.
Aurora Gaming just finding kills after kills after kills.
Udah gak kuat.
There's just been a whole lot happening
Tapi
in the
ya,
past like 2-3 minutes on both.
Kalau
on
belum
both sides.
berat,
It was,
belum
a
selesai,
bit of a
belum
hope
hancur
there
dulu,
for
belum
DFYG,
selesai
but
guys
then
gamenya.
Aurora Gaming Philippines
Semua bisa terjadi dalam game.
brings it back into their favor off of a
Tapi
couple
kalau
of
ini sih
decisive
harusnya
plays.
menang Aurora sih.
You know, everything that they did in the last couple minutes too, aside from, you know, knocking down a turret, didn't include Dominkite. You can see he's been able to go ahead and farm up really
Ya,
well.
kita
Look at the,
belajar gameplay.
gold
Kalau
he's got
posisi
here,
menang,
the 3 items. He's got the
itu
3 item power spike
gimana cara mainnya.
now. So now we're going to see him be most likely a part of these fights a lot more, especially after those tier 1 turrets have fallen down. So, you know, over on the other side, I think we need to see the same thing for DFYG, where Lung's got to be able to get that pull off. That Raging Sandstorm was used, but Lung, just as I said it, he's in trouble. He'll go down. Another pickup.
Oh, Bell and Zed show themselves as well. They back correct them, taking the kill. But with Zed, this is before the Lord fight has exploded. Super Ken pops the ult. In comes Bell onto the back. I see away with the brilliance.
Wah,
Gets that
habis,
man amazing to win
habis,
the finals.
pasti
Look at that,
habis.
take on the
Dah,
FYG.
game.
That's Bell. As well as Super Ken down for the count. They tried to go for a 2v4 play. And it failed horribly because Yui was just so quick with the brilliance. And not only only will they get the kill, they will take out the tier 2 in
Game
the
kita
mid
ini.
lane.
Harusnya game
God, Aurora Gaming are just destroying the FYG now.
game 5
They
sih.
look to make that adjustment
Poin
that they needed.
3 tuh harusnya udah selesai. Dia menang.
Great timing from UA there with the brilliance to avoid that setup or potential counter attack from the FYG. It doesn't happen. And now Domikite also picking up the winner crown. So nice defense is going to be used. This should be a kill for them. Demon Kite does fall, so that's one that the FYG gets. But man, they're still down on the 8 gold here, 6,000 right now. The Lord making his way up top. Aurora Gaming wants to take some more turrets down if they can get this bomb tier 2. Feathered airstrike used to keep him at bay. Conceal's going to be used. They're going to just go for it. Oh, brilliance again by Yue. Right on time. Look at Light.
Light wants to go for something down. Pretty far out that pick up the trigger. The brilliant. How many times have he escaped? Certainly dead. Because of that. Giving Aurora Gaming ground onto the
Lanjut
push
sih.
up top.
Saya iya enggak.
Defense from DFYG is going to be great. They also have the parcel anyways. The bottom down. Set force these to now the finals national 2. No couple just yet. And what was the finest? The
Apa itu Edward?
should be in the favor of DFYG as that was a very, very unlikely move from Edward. From this DFYG, they'll just take the purple now. Not getting cut by Zed, but there's no commitment yet from DFYG. They know that okay, they want to go for you, but the brilliance wants to
Habis dong.
to it on top of it. Super get down for the count. Fender Desperate not nearly enough. Yue outplays with the flicker. Val is down. Yue, oh my goodness, this Luna's player.
Anjir, tinggal dikit, tinggal
As the Ruby has been baited
tinggal skill 1 harusnya mati juga dapat.
a trap. Aurora Gaming claims 3 kills.
They've just been basically saying to the FYG, let's fight. Since
Dari
the
15
start
loh.
of the last game,
Loh,
they're gonna take this mid turret down with the wave, pushing in mid. Do they try to end it here?
Oh, they might try it. Demon Kite looking for E1 this time. They have canceled the Feather their side, but Demon Kite still. E1 wants to get a kill. Of course, Aurora Gaming will defend off the attack. The FYG will defend for now. They have their base
They defend.
blown wide
That's what
open.
we're
That
seeing here.
mid lane
Wolf
inhibitor
is,
is down.
they're just taking the chances. They just want to go for the chance, man. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know, time and time again, they're just kind of throwing, like we saw in game 1, where they're just throwing their bodies at the FYG. And so with this, they'll wait for this Lord.
Okay.
Potentially, I mean, I would say, you know, typically they would wait for the Lord, and sometimes they don't have to.
I'm back. Oh, sorry
You're
about
back,
that.
you're back. Yes, you are.
Yeah, I think I got disconnected for a bit because of how good the defense was. But we'll see. This will be a purple buff fight for now. So forget who wants to take this without the retribution, because that's important. Because of that, it's Demon Kite collected.
Yep.
Not.
They're going to go for
We
the
still have the
point.
retribution. Right up top. Now the Gunsi play. Going in, Zed looking for a target. They have to back out for now. Lights can stay onto that part. They have to be careful, but the Monday Shocker
Look at Light.
gets spotted out.
Mati
It's gonna
dong.
be Yue going in for E1 out. That's the force down for the count. Main DPS of DFYG out for 30 seconds, and that will be enough for Aurora to cleanly take this Lord.
They fought for it. Light, I almost expected Light to continue on. I thought he was actually going to just try to initiate there, but he actually probably got the call or just made the call himself. You know what, let's just go ahead and wait. We have the Lord, let's go ahead and push into this. E1 will be back up by the time this defense breaks out. So for that, once again, Aurora Gaming and Philippines looking to cap out this series, the battle for thirds here in a sweep with massive lead right now, 10,000 gold nearly. A winner crown also picked up here by Demon Kite. They're looking to potentially bait DFYG once again. As Lord is worked on, top turret's going to fall, bottom's going to be next to focus. And DFYG on the defense.
Oh, like with the Heptases, that's gonna be quite interesting in here. Aurora Gaming, not gonna be too aggressive. They're not gonna be clumsy in here. They're gonna be waiting for their opening. But then again, that will mean that they might prolong this game a little longer. They'll be setting up for another purple buff. Make that look to be a very quiet siege coming up from Aurora Gaming. Nothing really over aggressive or anything. They just let DFYG defend.
Yeah, it's in a sense though too. It's also just respecting the clearing capabilities that DFYG has. Even though they're down this much gold, if they technically kind of misstep into the base, if they get pulled the wrong way with Long on this Ruby, they could end up giving a ton of gold over to DFYG. So, you know, disciplined enough to just take that base turret, even with a lead like this, and then just kind of get ready to manage the wave. You know, I mean, you're still nearly a minute and a half away from that Lord, a little bit less, but you know, you're not really going to be able to do too much with if you're Aurora Gaming Philippines here, just because even trying to get to the last base turret of the FYG is going to take some finesse to make it work. Or, like I said, they've been throwing their bodies at the FYG for the majority of the series. Edward could just force, you know, something, but again, it's just not the best case scenario for them. They don't want to get a overstep and maintain that discipline, at least for this game too here.
Into rush, they still have the plug of the demons as they game scaling. That will mean though that DFYG will be picking out some of the items that can be instrumental in a potential comeback if
Itu
they
itemnya.
play properly. For example, they have the Justice Pauldron, which will be great for
Aku boleh lihat emak
is generally a
seperti main
good
TPS
item
biasa.
against or gaming's composition. They might even go look out and punish this escalation coming up from that. This is a rover that can build the emphasis. But I guess in that specific scenario early, they could have pushed. This would have been deadly, but the FIG are now prepared for it. They have Skylar this time. They know what the items are for our game. However, Lord is still an issue. For Aurora, this will be an easier thing for them. Naturally pushing things up top. They also have the mid lane that also naturally pushes because of the lane limits. It'll be A-OK for this race. If ever, Zen is looking for a target around. It seems like that's not going to be the case. Aurora Gaming are baiting once again, I see.
What do they want to do? I know Light's going to go handle that wave up top. They're actually going to just go ahead and wait and let the FYG take this Lord under half.
Yep, they knocked it up. Oh, they have control even there for now. That's super good. Actually stealing that Lord. And now the damage from DFYG is there. They take out Edward. And now it's going to be Yuwei to take out Long. Winter Count is going to be there. But now they might punish Nimbukite with Domikite because of that. Domikite is able to get out. Still has the immortality intact for now. And yeah, that's daylight robbery again from DFYG.
Akankah comeback?
These aggressive plays and they are rewarded for it.
Yeah. I mean, just taking the Lord
Akankah
alone buys them the
comeback?
time that they need to go ahead and get
Kita lihat.
some more items locked in here. And, you know, if they continue to do that, like I said,
Masih
even in
kelihatan
game one, there was those moments
semua
where DFYG was able to go ahead and find
aman sih.
some way, somehow, to potentially bring a game
Aman,
back
aman,
in
aman.
their favor. This Lord's going to be worked on, though. They will force it home.
Force it, but Yuwei already taking out Ewan. That's going to be a great kill. Reaction just yet from the FYG. The defense is going to be there for Aurora. One turret is what they achieved. But that is already a step in their
Aku tak sangoni ni.
for DFYG. More
Tak
than
sangoni.
massive, right?
Yeah.
Si Cici tak sibuk.
They're looking for any exchange here.
I'm offended used to. Knowing that the farce is down and I'm offended, they could actually get the space turret or at least pressure it. Edward doesn't have the flicker, neither does Light, but this one can have been able to bring him in.
So
I'm not sure if it's
itu.
going to be enough to
Berapa?
down a two turret though as the wave pushes in. So that was the job. They got it done. All base turrets down here. FYG base exposed up to this point. Still about a minute away from that Lord to come up. Looking at the items too, you know,
Relax.
like I said, off of taking a Lord, getting the game now to a 20-minute mark. Despite Aurora Gaming Philippines having a lead for the majority of this game, you know, you could see DFYG is potentially in a position to at
Tunggu.
least maybe steal another Lord.
Tidak baik karo adine.
If they're able to go ahead and
Eh?
let things the way they need to. Again, the objective is
Apa?
alone. It's just one fault. Like sometimes it's just one for the team, but the same commitment to
Kapan?
besok jembek jalan kadung tangane disop sapi options that they can do here.
Wong jenenge nasib
I
yo
will
ora ono
say
genah.
despite this
Lah dhewe nek sapi gede-gede ya malah di
It's not easy for the DFYG. They have lost the contact hero. This is not a mission that they will lose out on. They wouldn't go for a exchange. They would trade actually, but they would punishment. Will surprisingly takes that like a boss. Didn't get any on the HP out. But now Aurora Gaming still working on the board.
Ayo Tat.
From existence. And now Aurora Gaming has taken the Lord for themselves. One combo play from the rover and the mid lane
Nice combonya
of
sih
Aurora
bagus itu.
combining together in perfect harmony. They have gotten an important lead in this match.
Yeah, without those two members, Mount Zed and Yi1, it's going to be very difficult to
Game ini.
defend as Aurora Gaming looks to end it here.
And it comes low with the initiation down. Bill, you have to run away. And the immortality pop. Don't in trouble. I'm going to come with the punishment. Bill, the man Requiem, a lot of the army of Aurora Gaming now into the base. They have control set as well.
Selesai.
Aurora Gaming takes it at 2-0.
2-0 beres. Bentar ya, ditinggal ya, ambil minum.
Again, massive improvements since the last time we've seen a DFYG, and ever since they first stepped into the competitive scene here for MLBB. Getting that 4th place here in a big international event is something that you can definitely be proud of for Aurora Gaming in the Philippines. I know this isn't exactly the end goal or the finish they were looking for, but they still get the best out of the situation. And very aggressive gameplay they brought from game 1 to game 2 though here, Wolf, and it definitely showed. They took some risks there, but they get the win. We're going to be throwing it over to the stage for
Everybody, Aurora Philippines officially in the 3rd place of the MLBB tournament right here at the Games of the Future, Abu Dhabi. Make some noise, everybody, to Aurora Philippines!
Đấy, vô cái cả cái gì lên mạng này cũng lấy qua mạng lấy vô sang nhà sang cái rồi Ali có dọn
You
đi vô có
guys have
dọn
done
nhiều
an incredible job at this tournament. It's been a
đấy
long journey for
chưa
you
cái
guys.
gì của mình quá đó sang nhà xin ăn vậy tí sang lại nhà xin ăn vô thì tao đi thì chọn một ăn
Oh ini guys.
vô sang nó ăn vậy tí
Yo, oh ini berapa?
To be able to perform despite of
Nih
upset.
apa nih? Habis ini grand final guys. Best 5 berarti ya grand finalnya. Oke, dari 3 kali game menang selesai juara. Kita lihat ini grand finalnya lawan Onyx ID. Semoga menang sih Onyx supaya bisa Skylar juara internasional kayak.
Supporting. So it's like our
Rintik-rintik itu apa yuk? Ada ciri-ciri
Sorry ya. Kita adu dulu, sorry ya.